Brian, what do you think are some of the most overlooked qualities that separate great lawyers from the rest of them?
So I would say one of the biggest things is confidence. And that's an easy thing to say, but you can tell the difference when your lawyer is not confident in what he's arguing to a judge, to a jury. We live on trying cases and making arguments in front of a court. We don't get nervous and we don't say, oh, we need to shy away from that. That is one of the things that we are most excited about, is to be able to argue why we think our client's defense is the right one. We make these arguments to ourselves in the office, explaining why we think that this is just an injustice that is being done and how it is we're going to fix it. And if your lawyer is not able to make that argument, you got to get another lawyer.
Right. I mean, you just got to cringe sometimes when you see a lot of these lawyers in court. I mean, they're doing everything they can to avoid making anything really happen because they don't want to be embarrassed. They've been in front of judges. We've watched them stuttering and stammering, and at the first instance of the judge pushing back and asking for some sort of reasoning behind the argument, they fold like a deck of cards, and it's just it's hard to watch. And you know, you see the lawyer sitting with an exasperated looking client, and the client saying, well, why aren't you arguing this, or why aren't you saying that? And the lawyer and him are kind of involved in a little nasty little dispute in court, and you just, you know, you think to yourself, this lawyer probably wishes that he was on the other side of the planet right now. That's not the way that we are, and that's not the way that great lawyers are. Great lawyers believe in what they're saying. They have the strength and the experience and the skill to back up their points, and a voice that is heard and listened to by everybody.
In addition to having that confidence, demonstrating how prepared your lawyer is a huge thing that cannot be stressed enough. I can't tell you how many times I've seen a lawyer who is ready to go to trial and can't figure out the client's name, has their files all over the place, doesn't have the facts of their case at their fingertips, and that is a huge mistake. It is a red flag that you should be running the other direction, because your lawyer has to be confident, but he or she also has to be able to articulate the specifics of your case quickly, effectively, and fluently to whatever the judge or jury is.
Right. I mean, you watch these lawyers who start making a point, and then, you know, they're getting corrected by the prosecutor. You know, like some person who's fresh out of law school is schooling them in court. And I mean, nobody forgets that moment. Credibility of the lawyer is really on the line, and a credibility, I think, is something that we agree is something that you spend a whole lifetime building and you can lose in just 1 minute. And so many of these lawyers have fallen for that and made the mistake of not coming in prepared, lost all their credibility, and then going forward, nobody cares or pays attention to what they say. It translates to everything, that level of preparation. I mean, we had a hearing in court a couple of weeks back where we had a police officer, you know, who was testifying in a way that, because of our study and familiarity with the case, we just knew was absolutely wrong. When he made his point, we confronted him with his prior statement, not fumbling through paperwork trying to find it, but having at our fingertips the ability to say, officer, look at page 13 of your police report, line 43, and tell me that what you're saying today is accurate, or is it what you said back then, which is the truth. The thing about that experience with that police officer, like the thousands of times we've done it before, is there's this moment of shock, because these cops and judges and prosecutors are not used to great lawyers. There's so many mediocre and less lawyers that are in court. People can say what they want without any repercussions. But when we are there with that level of excruciating detail and preparation, a look of shock goes over the police officer's face. And now you own that police officer as the lawyer, and he's going to agree with everything that you say in favor of the client. And really, just by punishing the officer once for, you know, stretching the truth, you've now turned that officer into your own witness and got him to say whatever it is you need him to say in order to get the result that you need for your client.
The difference between going in with a witness who is trained and prepared and motivated to argue against you, and having that level of preparation and skill to show them that you know what you're talking about, that you can back up your arguments. We've had just so many different officers fold and just provide all of the information that we knew, because we could establish through our concise, tight questioning that we weren't going to go away that we were going to take every mistake that they had and beat them over the head with it.
Ryan and I combined, we have over 40 years of experience handling nothing but criminal law. First, in the trenches as prosecutors in some of the busiest courthouses in the Commonwealth, Lawrence District Court and Lowell District Court, and then taking that experience to the felony level in the superior courts of the counties, and then moving on to the private practice where the only thing that we do is criminal defense. It's that experience. Every single moment that we're practicing that in that way, we're honing our trade. Because I've said it before and I'll say it again, a jack of all trades is a master of none. The area of criminal law is an expertise. It is a very narrow field, and you need to have a lawyer, and in this case, a set of lawyers that has really mastered all of the facets of the business. So that's what's another thing that separates the rest of the lawyers from the great lawyers.
Yeah, specialty. Honing in on what your skill is and making sure that you are just an absolute master, a perfectionist, and just a person able to just execute when necessary. If you call us and you say, I need a will done, could we figure it out? Of course. Will we figure it out? No, because we are skilled at criminal defense, collateral consequences related to criminal defense, and we are proud of our ability to really outshine our peers with our tenacious ability to get results that other lawyers, simply put, don't.
The first three things that we mentioned in terms of what separates other lawyers from great lawyers are things that are accumulated over time, being forged through experience and skill and training. But there's something else that I think is at the heart of being a great lawyer, and it's something you can't fake, and it's something that you can't develop over time. You either have it or you don't. It's caring. It's being passionate about what it is that you do. A lot of lawyers can, over the years, develop a skill set to be competent in what they do, but there are very few lawyers that can say something in court and have it come from within as something that is true to them, something that they believe about and they fight fervently for and with a passion. That comes from a true belief in the cause of our clients, in our abiding conviction that individuals are human beings, that we're all imperfect in nature, all deserving of a second chance and deserving of fair and equal treatment under the law. And it's that passion, I think, which really is the glue that ties the whole package together and separates exceptional lawyers like us from the rest.
And we're not shutting that off when we get out of the courtroom. We are saying that when we're back at the office. We're talking about it in our initial conversations with our clients, in our subsequent follow-up conversations, because it's what we live and breathe, and it's why we get up in the morning to do what we do. We like to help people. We've dedicated our lives and our professional practices in order to do it. And so when we get up there and we are making an argument on your behalf, we are doing it from the bottom of our hearts with conviction, with confidence, and with a host of experience and preparation behind us. And that, among many other things, is why we are able to deliver such remarkable results.
You deserve a great lawyer. Give us a call and find out what it really means to be truly represented.